Joker-TCG kanalına hoş geldiniz. Farklı sevenler.
Have made it through to the Season 2 finals in Dusseldorf in December, being top 32 in a over 800 player tournament, and this is a 1024 player tournament, means you have guaranteed your spot. These players are now playing for even more prizes as we go through. So a top 16 will give them a Ben Beckman and a Black Gold Dawn card. And then if they can make it into the top 8, they will get that serialized Portuguese Ace card, as well as that Shanks top 8 flagship card as well. So these guys are really playing up to finish top 8, I would say, and if not, go and push for the win and become regional champion. So both players look like they're ready to go. We've got 2 table judges today, obviously being Top Cut and the finals. We will have 2 on the table as well, and we'll probably have the hand of Buggy show its face at some point as well, won't we?
I hope so.
Looking forward to this matchup now. So the judges are hearing, ready, they've got the get-go, and we're going to start the timer very soon and get this matchup underway. The fist bump as both players get ready to go, and here we go for our day 2 action and top 32.
Reiju is seeing stage, so that's already a really good thing. That's, I guess, your main mulligan if you are playing Reiju, is seeing stage into Porsche. So potentially really good.
Yeah, solid start there for Reiju. You always want to get the Kingdom of Germa down as quickly as you can. Finding that, I know every time I play against Reiju, it's like, oh gosh, you've got the stage down that early. That's really going to cause issues because you're going to be able to go through that deck and find the pieces you need. So yeah, definitely a great start. Mario, on the other hand, nothing to play with his turn 1.
I guess he really wanted to see a 4-cost ECG as well, because so you can, on your turn 2, play Porsche, go -1, don't play out the 4-cost ECG, because it's not restricted from Porsche, that it's needs to be like Foxy Pirate, and afterwards you can use the ability as well and play a 7k Rusher on your turn 2.
Which is insane. But looking now, finding another Porsche off that search, and can now cheat out a 4-cost purple card. Yeah, we've seen Porsche and Tony Chopper sort of be a consistent pack in this Reiju package for quite a while now, haven't we? Really are a good sort of 3-don play, essentially, enabling you to sort of play something else out with them, and adding an additional card to your hand off the search if you can find them. A really solid play.
He had to draw 1 card from his leader ability as well. That was he was checking with the judge if that can still do it, and here we go, getting the 2-cost Reiju as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So now getting the right pieces in the hand. That's what Reiju's about. Reiju sort of goes through that deck so quickly, especially if you get the stage down, you've got the searchers as well, and then Porsche being able to go through that deck as well. So you do tend to find that you are getting enough pieces in the trash and finding the pieces you need as well for you to start causing an impact fairly early on. But our Zoro player just swinging straight into life there. Nothing on the board.
Very happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Stefano's going to be extremely happy with that there's no board presence whatsoever from Mario's side of the board.
And with another Porsche in hand, he can go wide very fast.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see what he's going to do here now. So he's going to trash. Get the ECG in trash, maybe? Nope. He's got one there already. Yep, putting another one in the trash. Getting those ready. Oh, there we go. That's exactly what you want to find. This is almost perfect curve for Stefano, finding all the right pieces to start causing an impact. And we do counteract that Porsche attack. Leader attack now. Again, another counter. There's 2 blockers, which chose not to play, chose to keep them in hand in those first couple of turns. And now we see 4-don for the first ECG to come out.
And he decides not to go with the Rusher.
Yeah, not the rush.
or not with Porsche. And this is the blocker.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, so it's the one that we saw from OP11, the 7-cost blocker ETG on your opponent's attack once per turn. This effect can be activated with only you have characters with a type including Germa. Up to one of your leaders or character cards gains plus 1000 power during this battle. Then trash 2 cards from the top of your deck. So it's a blocker on board. With the Porsche there,
ooh, and Zoro
it does... Sorry?
And Zoro just attaching all done again.
Yeah, just applying as much pressure as possible here. And I think forcing Stefano to really think about, look, do I block this one now? Because I don't really want to go down to 0 life that quickly. Because if he goes down to 2 life and he just keeps putting that pressure on, it's going to get a bit dangerous. Yep, chooses to block and counter. And then the second attack does go through. Now, this is quite an interesting playstyle from Mario. Not playing anything at all, just swinging at face. Very, very scary for Stefano if that keeps happening.
We do see the 2-cost and the 2 blockers. I said at the start of the stream, so the chump blockers, as we call them sometimes. We have 1 corset.
Yep.
I'm saying it wrong again.
Yep, 1 cassette in hand.
And 1 chopper as well.
Yep. So applying pressure now. This time the life is taken. So down to 3 life for our Zoro player, Mario. And now we see Reiju coming down. A chopper on the board as well. Chopper gives you that Don. That Reiju is being utilized to bring out the 4-cost Reiju, which allows you to draw 2 cards. So
and one
adding
from your leader ability as well.
Yep, so 3 cards drawn thanks to leader and the Vinsmoke Reiju itself as well. Reiju obviously is dependent upon your Don cards being less than or equal to your opponents, and you obviously having 5 cards in your hand. But Stefano made sure that he met all that criteria prior to that happening.
It actually looks really good for the Reiju.
It does indeed. I mean, having obviously played that Reiju, giving extra cards in hand, a couple of blockers on board as well. Mario not having any characters on board, knowing that there's not really a rush presence to worry about. Yeah, he's in a pretty comfortable position now. But we see the MVP, should we say, or one of the most important new cards from OP12 come down. Dracul Mihawk, the 8-cost blocker. That's really a 4-cost. That is a really good value indeed. So yeah, is he
really strong?
Yeah.
And leaving 1 Don open, and because the deck lists are open for both players, so they know each other's list, and I'm actually quite sure that yesterday before going to bed they already practiced some games against the deck they will have to face the day after. They know that Stefano knows that Mario has 3 Paradise Waterfalls in his deck, so that makes Dracul Mihawk potentially blocking twice next turn.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Paradise Waterfall used to great effect yesterday as well. It gives plus 2000, but then it allows you to set one of your characters as active against. That Mihawk will probably be used as an attacker every turn now going forward as an 8000 power attacker, plus the leader attacking in as well. So that's why we saw
Buggy.
the hand of Buggy appears. That's why I think we saw Mario being so aggressive at the beginning. But yep, we have Stefano here now, bringing out the Rush ETG.
ETG. Yep, here we go. Using his stage, and now it seems like he is going for the 2k counters that he will need in this matchup.
Exactly, starting off with a 6k swing with a Reiju, which gets countered out. Another 6k swing coming in with a leader this time, another 2k counter. Now the 7k swing from Ichiji, and Ichiji blocker being utilized now as well for another 7k swing. Stefano now applying some real pressure, brings down another cassette, So it has a chopper and cassette blocker on the board, 2 life still, and a pretty healthy hand size there.
Mm-hmm. It's at least 3 2k counters if I see correctly, so
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to make sure that he has enough answers for that pressure that's going to be applied from Mario. So as we see, Mario does have 1 Paradise Waterfall in hand. Drops the Tashigi now, resting one of the blockers. 3 Don underneath the leader, thanks to that Tashigi being played. And there's still 5 Don available. Was there Cavendish in hand? I'm not too sure. Maybe that could be a good play here. So Mario will be looking to keep that pressure going. We'll probably get an 8k swing from Zoro into one of those characters on board. But there is a chopper blocker still there as well that needs to be navigated around. Just
it's also not an easy choice if you're using your Mihawk to attack right now, because you are at 1 life.
yeah. But he is going to attack. He does know he's got the Paradise Waterfall in hand. He's got to make sure he keeps that Don open for it, though.
We do have 2 restand events at the side from Zoro, so
Yep.
it's really aggressive, but maybe he will decide to use it as defensive tool this turn, because he doesn't want to die from the backswing from the Reiju.
Yep.
I
think there's a couple of smaller blockers in hand as well. So now he's going to go, looks like he's going to go 9.
Yeah, it seems like he is going 9. Restand event once. Restand once with your leader ability and keep 1 Don open for Paradise Waterfall.
Yep, deals with that Reiju. Life taken.
And another 9.
Yeah, another 9 coming in.
So a 6k leader again.
Yep, and is countering out now. So they're just double checking that Ichiji's wording there.
Here at the right side you see Luffy is the man who will become the king of pirates. This card is so good and carrying the green Zoro deck as well. I guess if we have to make the top 3 for this deck is Tashigi, Mihawk and this event. Where I think that Mihawk is even on spot 3. So good are these cards.
Yeah, absolutely. The synergy with your leader for these 2 cards, especially Luffy, will be the man who'll become King of Pirates, and that Tashigi putting that 3 Don and resting that character really does have great synergy with this Zoro leader indeed. But back over with Stefano now, who is on an 8 Don turn. I don't think there's a judge in hand. You see Judge being pretty much a one-of now in most Reiju decks, if played at all, really, don't you? It's a card that sort of fell out of favor. You could pretty much do everything you need with the Ichijis, pretty much.
I'm not sure how fast you are going to your 8 Don turn as well as on the Reiju side.
Yeah, a lot of the
Here
time
we go.
you don't get back up to 8 Don, do you? So, Paradise Waterfall restanding that Dracul Mihawk. So we do have that big blocker on the board now. And some cards in hand. No Don open left now for Mario. Now Stefano's just thinking what the best way to navigate this is going to be.
Seems like he's thinking about a Reiju. And if he has 6 cards in hand, he would be able to draw 3 cards, because one of them would be the 2-cost Reiju that he has to play, so that puts him to 5. And afterwards he can use the ability. And he is resting 2 Dons, so...
Yep. Deciding to play
Oh, he
Well,
has 7 cards in
yeah.
hand, so he needs to play the Porsche.
Yeah. Playing the Porsche, getting the cassette as another blocker into hand and another counter.
I guess every time you... Oh no, it was from stage.
Now deciding to play the Reiju. And the cassette as well. And
now
having
he
played the
has...
cassette, he was down to 5 cards in hand, which will enable him to utilize the Reiju's ability to be able to draw 2 cards and then off leader draw another one. So as you say, 3-card draw. Knowing your opponent's not going to be able to pudding you, having played green is always good to know. Plays out another stage now, just to be able to dig into that deck a little bit more and find more pieces, and finds another Ichiji, which would be so important. Goes 9 with leader into life. The cards in hand.
No done open, so...
Just got to decide what to do here. Do you take the life, or do you block with Mihawk and counter? But that leaves that open. Decides to take the life.
I think he decided that he has to win this turn as well, because he is at 0, he doesn't really have a big hand size. And with Tashigi, with a Mihawk, with another restand event, he can potentially make it.
Yeah. Swinging with the Tashigi to begin with. Stefano does have 7 cards in hand. Plenty of counter to be able to sort of survive.
And using that ability, making your Reiju leader a 6k leader is also really good.
Yeah, that Vinsmoke Ichiji really is putting in a good shift with that. That's probably why he chose not to play the Porsche last turn as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now we see the Mihawk swinging for 8.
And something very interesting about the list from Mario is we are not seeing Deadman's Hands Asura.
Very strange. Yeah, you see that pretty much in every deck. But we have got Queener coming out now. Resting that cassette.
And essentially this Queen only cost 1 Dawn to rest the blocker, if you think about it.
Yeah, because you're putting that 3 Dawn underneath your leader as well, so...
And he's able to counter out this last big swing, so that is 1-0 for the Reiju.
Yeah, it was a very solid start from our Reiju player. It was getting a little bit worrying when we were just seeing straight big swings coming in from our Zoro player straight into it and getting him down yesterday morning. Now going into this second game in the best of 3 in our top 32 matchup.
Mulligans are done. Here we go.
We're underway. And Stefano is going first.
That is actually surprising for me.
Yeah. No stage in hand this time.
You have a 1-cost Sanji.
Yep. Plays the Sanji Searcher out. And there is a stage.
Those are all good cards.
They were very solid cards, to be fair. It's a difficult decision, but I think you really want to get that stage out as early as possible just to be able to give yourself that constant searching power. And
No Searcher.
Yep. Pass from Mario. A Hiyori in hand to be able to search out pieces. Now, just making that decision, Stefano, around how to go. Okay, we've just had clarification. There was a mistake. Zoro was the 10-0, not Reiju.
Okay.
So yeah, that was a slight error on our part from our from us. So the apologies from that. Mario was our 10-0 yesterday. Reiju was our number 32 seed. So apologies for the mistake. So now,
Picking up that 4-cost Reiju, he's able to draw 3 cards this turn if he wants to.
See what he's going to do here now. He's got his 2-don open. He's deciding. Yeah, he is going to play it.
Now it all makes sense why the Reiju is going first again.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? There we go. So we've got our 4-cost Reiju out now, being able to draw those 3 cards with the Reiju effect and the leader effect, getting a solid looking hand and being able to get those pieces ready again. We do see 2 cassette blockers as well, and we see Kuja come down. Sorry, Kuna
And
come down.
protected.
Yeah. And there goes the Reiju. And gets a chopper from the life there. So 3 blockers in hand now, if needed. With the constant pressure we're going to see. That Queener goes. And let's see what Stefano is going to do here. Does have that blocker Ichiji in hand again, which is probably going to get trashed off this search from the stage. Which it
Looking
does.
for that 4-cost again.
Yeah. Only finding another stage there instead. Can again play the stage on top of the stage and then do another search if he chooses to, but swinging with leader to begin with, and it drops another Sanji searcher.
Another chance for the 4-cost Ichiji.
Yep, he's digging for it now.
Find it.
Still doesn't find it. Yeah, decides to take the blue Reiju.
More search for the to find the 4-cost.
Okay, this time plays the Porsche down. Let's see. Oh, there's one.
So close.
Yeah. Has to put it at the bottom of the deck. Plays out the chopper, gets a blocker on board, and passes the turn. So not ideal. Looking for that 4-cost, but does have one in hand though there.
Do we have... Yes, we do have Tashigi.
Yeah, Tashigi dropping down now. Gives that 3-don to the leader and resting down that Porsche. This is going to be pretty much swinging to the Porsche, swinging to life, trying to control the board. We're going 9.
Now Stefano can decide if he wants to let Chopper die or the Porsche.
Chopper blocker comes to good use there. Keeps the Porsche on board. That's the only viable attacker at the moment for Stefano. So he's just trying to keep that on the board. Should apply a little bit of pressure to Mario. Starts off with a swing from that Porsche, which is countered out. With that Zoro yesterday, that survived that Mihawk swing.
And very important in this game is sequencing and attacking with your Porsche first instead of your leader, because of if Mario decided to take life and there would be a Paradise Waterfall, the card would say KO up to one of your opponent rested characters with a cost 4 or less. Oh, it's rested, so in this case I think it would be the other way around.
Yeah.
We should have attacked. In that case he should attack first with his leader. And then with Porsche, trying to protect it, but then I...
Another way around. Yeah,
Another
exactly.
way around would be better if you want to play around the triggers, because there is no Luna trigger in this deck.
Yep. So firing off the stage search now. Putting that Ichiji in trash so you can actually play it out. So gets the Reiju as well. 2-cost Reiju. So again, it's going to be able to do the Reiju play as well if B be able to get those. Well, he's not going to get extra cards in hand, is he? He's got plenty in his hand at the moment. But definitely for a little bit later on after he uses a lot of counter, potentially from the next swing coming in. Just asking him how many cards he's got in hand. I think Mario's got about 4 cards in hand.
We do want to apply some pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. So does he? Drops the 2, brings out a Tony Chopper, another blocker on the board. Plays a cassette, another blocker on the board. And then passes turn.
Use the Ichiji.
Yeah, that's very strange indeed, because now that Ichiji on board is susceptible to be removed, depending on what's played next. So we do have the Mihawk, first of all, being dropped. Tashigi swing coming in now. Just deciding whether to counter the Tashigi swing or use one of those blockers. Probably makes sense if you can to counter it. Yep, decides to counter with the 2 Reijus, one of the blue ones and one of the purple Reijus. And now we see the bigger swings coming in with the leader, starting with 8 into that Porsche. And now we see 8 into life being blocked by the Tony Chopper, and game passes back over to Stefano here now. So having to worry about what's on the board now. Tashigi and that Mihawk are obviously a bit worrying, and Mario is on 4 life, so Mario's in a pretty strong position here now.
Absolutely, having a lot of life left. We do see some events in hand as well. 2 Paradise Waterfalls, if I see it correctly. I think I also saw an extra Mihawk. So, and that's a little bit the game plan of this green Zoro, trying to stay as healthy as possible, counter as much as you can from your to save your life total, and put as much pressure as you can on the life total of your opponent's leader, because if you are at 4 or 5 life late game and you can just attach as many Dawn as you need or want on your leader and just swing on the character, swing on your opponent's life, at a certain point they will drop down to 0.
Yep.
And then they are in a very bad state because of that 3-cost event that makes your leader restand.
Yeah,
being able to swing 12 twice.
Yeah, I think that's why we've seen Stefano just sort of like keeping all those little blockers in hand as well, making sure that he's dropping a couple of like blockers, the cassette, the Tony Chopper. He's got 2 cassettes in hand as well, just to give a bit more resilience. Now swinging 5 to begin with that Ichiji before he uses the Ichiji's actual effect to upgrade it with the Germa technology.
And Mario doesn't mind taking the free block just because he has the Paradise Waterfall in hand.
Yeah, exactly. Now we do see that Ichiji, the 4-cost Ichiji, being upgraded to the 7-cost Rush Ichiji, giving a character minus 2,000 power on play as well. So that Mihawk's down to 6,000. And we are swinging 10 into the Mihawk. Very smart play there. Now 5 going into life that's countered. Even the yep. And
there
now,
was the Paradise Waterfall.
Yep. Another Ichiji being added to hand now. Off the Germa stage search.
The hand of Buggy showing us more info. Maybe it's actually the eye of Buggy.
Absolutely. There's Tony Chopper, another blocker being put on board. And we have got our player passing back over to Mario. Mario now bringing out another Dracul Mihawk. Just checking the trash of Stefano there. Just making sure what's available to him. Asking how many cards in hand. It looks like Stefano has about 7 or 8 cards in hand.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is an absolute lot of cards there. 5 Don for another Tashigi. Resting. Which one do you want to rest? I'd say rest. Okay. Resting the chopper. I would have probably gone with the cassette. Just so then you've, with the chopper being gone, you can probably. Oh no, actually, that's a smart move. Yeah, actually, yeah, it's a smart move because he blocks with a cassette. Chopper's still on board. If he decides to play the blue Ichiji, it doesn't have the secondary effect.
I guess Chopper is always a blocker, and Cosette has the restriction that if you're the number of Don cards on your field is at least 2 or less than the number of your opponent's field, this character gains blocker.
Yeah, that's right. It's a conditional blocker as well. Absolutely.
Yeah, being able to play and Mihawk and Tashigi and double swing 8k.
Yeah.
For only, let's say, what is it, 9 Don?
Yep.
That is crazy. That's so good.
So Mario still very healthy, 3 life left, has dealt with 2 blockers there and a couple of cards at a hand with those attacks coming through, leaving 1 Don open for potentially another Paradise Waterfall, passing over to his opponent, who's now up to 9 Don with 6 cards in hand. What is Stefano going to do here?
Looks really scary to play against 2 Tashigis, 1 Mihawk, but we find it 2 costs Reiju, so that means we can draw a lot of cards this turn.
Yep, absolutely. Can utilize that Reiju again to be able to, as you say, draw cards. 6 cards in hand now, so once you play it, it'll be down to 5, so you can activate that Reiju's effect. Deciding now sequencing of how you want to attack here. Let's just look at the trash. How many Paradise Waterfalls have you used? Is the question. There's only 1 in trash by the looks of it.
And he knows that there are 3 in the deck, so
yeah, that's important information. Knowing that 1 Don was left open, that's only 1 Don event card in this deck. So he either knows Mario is bluffing or has a Paradise Waterfall in hand.
And this setup or this top cut changed so much by being at open deck list. Like, Stefano doesn't need to care about any other counter like Deadman's Hand or something like that. He doesn't need to play around Luna because Luna would be so good against Reiju as well.
Yep.
So I guess he was really happy when he saw the deck list and it was like, oh, there's no Luna, there is no Deadman's Hand, so I can play those small blockers like Cosette and Chopper, and those won't be rested 2 at once for 4 Dawn, so...
Yeah, definitely does make a huge difference knowing that those cards are not in deck. Porsche swinging in, the Mihawk blocks, free block there.
Might indicate again that there is a Paradise Waterfall for Stefano.
Yep. Just gonna have to do calculations around how do I swing now into these imposing bodies on the board. So rested 7k Tashigi rested 8k Mihawk. No blockers, 1 Don open, Paradise Waterfall in hand. Mario is down to, I think, is it just 3 cards in hand?
I guess if there's no restand event from the Green Zoro side, that Reiju potentially can take it home.
Yep.
Or at least a top 16. And a nice Ben Beckman alt art.
Yep. Okay,
But
decides
all
to swing.
players got their ticket for Düsseldorf.
They have indeed. So we see a swing into life. I think the Cavendish was added to hand there from the life. 7k swing coming in. Again, Paradise Waterfall is activated. See the block again from the Mihawk. And we're going to see other Ichiji hitting the board here now. Clarification there. The blocker Ichiji coming out. And turn passes over.
And having potentially a 6k leader again.
Will be quite important. So Mario now will try and push here. Starts with a 7k swing into light. Reiju. Thought he was pointing at life first. I think he's pointed at the Reiju then.
It looks really good, I think, for the Reiju, just because we know that there is no Hody, no Deadman's Hand, and having 3 2Ks in hand, 4, even 4 2Ks in hand, so
Yeah. It's pretty solid as far as the hand's concerned, just to be able to counter out. Yeah, one blue Reiju, 2k counter, couple of Vinsmoke Sora, I think 3 Vinsmoke Soras there. Definitely 8k worth of counter.
when he's boosting the Reiju, making the 6k.
Yep. Mario just checking what's going in the trash.
I think that Mario decided that he can't win this turn and that he needs to survive the upcoming turn. And therefore he is going for board instead of going for life.
Yeah, absolutely. So just doing a Perona search now.
I think I did see a Quina. Quina is not horrible if you want to go for board.
Absolutely. See what he decides to take here. He takes the
There is also
Tashigi.
Tashigi.
Yep.
That's maybe a little bit better.
Yeah, absolutely. Play that for 5. 3 of those don't go onto your leader. So essentially, as you were earlier, playing it for 2, isn't it? And resting down that blocker as well. So really giving great advantage there. So now, what are we going to see as far as next attack is concerned? Goes 9 into Reiju this time.
The boost from the blocker Ichiji is for the battle, so it's not for the turn. So it's a 5k essentially right now. Letting it die.
Yep, that is going to go. That's one of those characters dealt with. Now he's going to go, assuming into potentially the Ichiji here with the leader to begin with. Oh, goes for the cassette. Does he want to do here? Does he want to hold back and not go for life? Or he's gonna, he goes for life. Yep. Take another 2k counter added to hand. And pass his turn, leaving the Mihawk standing this time, which I think is quite important. Leaving the one Don open as well. Potentially as a Paradise Waterfall in hand or a bluff, say that he has, but I think he does have it in fair as one of his 2 cards.
That would be the third one this game. So,
Yep.
and a 2K. I saw the X Drake.
Yep. So what can we see Stefano do here? Can he get another Ichiji on board? He
Ooh.
certainly can. He's found the piece he needs. So the 4-cost Ichiji is available from that search.
It means that we have essentially 5 swings going face into only 2 cards.
Yeah, it's going to be quite dangerous indeed. We also know that the Mihawk can block an attack, be restood with a Paradise Waterfall. We have got Mario literally set his board up to be able to go for game next turn. Stefano would probably have to focus to try and maybe...
Yeah, looking at the board from Mario, we are not surviving as Reiju next turn.
Definitely not, yeah. So he does take the 4-cost Ichiji. And now the decision is, how do you start formulating your attack? Nine Don available.
We don't, I think, for Porsche. That makes the Ichiji cost 1 less, essentially, so...
Finds another Porsche off the Porsche. Plays out the Ichiji, as you say, for 1 less Don. Gets another body on board and an efficiency of being able to play out that Ichiji. Now, what does he want to do here? So, just flipping that Porsche upside down so he remembers he can't swing with it.
I guess he really wants to reduce the Mihawk first, so the blocks are less efficient for Mario.
Contemplating whether he should do that or not, but he is going 8. One is taken. And I think we're going to see the other Ichiji come down now, bringing that Mihawk down potentially. So,
Question is, do we have another Russian trash? Because otherwise we need to override it first.
yep.
Potentially gives him an extra swing as well. Can 2 times override even right now. Swing with it 7, override it again with the 4-cost, and swing 7 again.
Yeah, potentially, you're right here. He can bring that Ichiji back out twice.
And making the Mihawk only a 4K.
Yeah, that will definitely help him push for game here, but let's see what Mario decides to do here. Stefano's just deciding which way to swing first. Yep, 3 cards in hand, 1 life, 1 blocker, 1 Don open.
It's clarifying how the Paradise Waterfall interacts with blocking and restanding.
Yep. Just wants to make sure that he doesn't misplay here based upon what Paradise Waterfall will do. It's always wanted that clarification.
This is very tense for Stefano, because, and also for Mario, of course, because this is potentially the last turn of this set.
Yeah, there's only like 14 minutes on the clock as well. So going into game 3, if we do, we'll make it very tight. So Stefano now swinging 8. with that Ichiji, not having swung with the Reiju leader, Reiju character, or the Ichiji blocker yet.
6, he's gonna override again.
Yep. Plays out the Porsche to keep that one extra Don open. No, sorry, he utilized that one Don, didn't he, on the Ichiji? Apologies.
Yeah, swing 8.
Yeah, that's right. So bringing out the Ichiji again, dropping the Mihawk to 4, swinging with Reiju, that gets countered out. Swinging with Reiju again, that gets countered. Swinging with Ichiji.
7, and now he can't use the
blocker to attack.
Oh, and
he gets plus 4k, Paradise Waterfall, and the X-Drake. Gave him exactly what he needed, and that was enough for our Zoro player to win the game. Yeah, very, very nicely done maths there.
A green Zoro with a full hand with counters, basically, so...
Official as well. But again, we know that the Zoro is going to be swinging heavy at face a lot of the turns. So Stefano really does need to find those components to make sure his hand stays healthy, to be able to get some blockers down and just keep that life total as high as potentially possible. But so we start off with Mario with the Perona search, getting the Hiyori. Oh no, just changing his mind there maybe? Yep, changing his mind. Decides to take the Shimotsuki Kuzaburo. Rest up to one of your opponent's characters of cost or 2 or less, then KO up to one of your opponent's rested characters of base cost or 1 or less. That'll be very, very useful against those corsets.
You already see the pace of both players being
I think
a
they've
little
been
bit
made
higher.
aware. Yeah, they've been made aware of what the time is. They're both fully aware of what is at stake here, and the pace is definitely going to be faster.
This is also really a skill that you need, especially in top kits.
Yep.
And not even like for this matchup, it's not even that intense. But let's say we would have had the bunny mirror here on stream today. Then a third game with 10 minutes on the clock is like a whole different level.
Yeah, absolutely. But we see Mario utilize those searches to get 2k counters in hand as well. We did see the X-Drake there as well being added off that search from the Hiyori. So it is a defensive hand building, but also a way to be able to deal with blockers as well. So Reiju swings into that Hiyori. Stefano can't afford for it to be doing constant searches every turn and getting cards into hand. So he does have to swing into it, and now does a Germa search.
No forecast Ichiji again.
Yeah.
Oh no, it is already in hand. It's already in hand.
He's got one in hand, so yeah. Decides to take the Vinsmoke Sora. And now for 4, he goes for the Ichiji. He has one in the trash. And swings 7 and passes the turn, having drawn off the leader effect there. So now
will we see a full swing?
Oh, we see a Tashigi coming down. 8k swing into the Ichiji now. 2k counter off the blue Reiju. Life being taken, a blocker Ichiji being added to hand off life there. And Stefano is down to 3 life. We've got Mario on 4. And again, very quick play from both players here. Trying to finish this game. The last thing you really want is to lose on a tiebreak.
Yes, especially for Reiju. Reiju needs to time more than Green Zoro because Reiju is starting already with 1 life less. Because of stage, because of the leader ability, because of the forecast Reijus, we are drawing a lot more than the Green Zoro. So on every way that you can lose in overtime, so size of your deck, size of amount of life, you're starting behind. So from the Reiju side, you need to be a little bit faster now.
Absolutely. So swing with leader, counted out with a Zoro character card. Now sees another swing from the Ichiji, life taken, down to 3 life.
I think we will see a Sora to pick up the 4-cost Ichiji again.
Yep. Stage trashed, 4-cost Ichiji comes out. And we see the blocker Ichiji and 1 card drawn off the leader effect as well. So efficient, this Reiju deck, being able to keep your hand at a decent size, being able to cheat out those characters from the trash or the hand. And now we see another Tashigi coming down, resting the Sora, using the Perona to swing into the Sora to begin with. And now we have got a 7k swing from that Tashigi to come. We've got 3 underneath that Zoro at the moment. Could potentially stick another Don underneath it. Starts off with a 7k swing from the Tashigi.
We have a very aggressive start right now for the green Zoro.
Yep. Crushes 2 cards. Blocks.
Yeah, block and boost to plus 1k on his Ichiji, so it was a 8k.
Yep.
For that battle, so not for the turn, but here we go with 10k.
Yeah, that Ichiji is probably either gonna have to commit a lot of cards here to save it now, or you let it go.
At least 2 2ks. We do have it.
Yeah, he does have them in hand. Just asking, how many cards do you have in hand?
A lot.
Yes. So we are approaching 5 minutes on the clock now. He lets it go.
Oh, and has to take a life.
Yep, off the second swing from the Zoro. Starts his turn. Gets out the Porsche. Looks at the top 5. Can he find... Yep, finds a chopper. It's always nice. Always good to hit something off that. And now cheat out a 4-cost. Drawing a card of the leader effect thanks to the Porsche. And now has another Ichiji on board. Now decides to swing 5k, countered out with a Cavendish. 7k swing coming in from the Ichiji that was already on the... That life is taken. Drops 2 blockers. Upgrades the Ichiji back to the blocker Ichiji. So 3 blockers on board now.
I feel like both players are drawing really well this game as well. We see a lot of 4-cost Ichijis, we see Porsche, we see 2 Tashigis,
Yeah, very fluid and efficient play, isn't it, from both players?
Yeah. We see a Mihawk on curve as well, so...
There we go. I think we could seriously see this game concluded within time. Both players have really, really done well to play as swiftly as they can to see a conclusion to this game. So we could, just under 4 minutes on the clock. Oh, another Tashigi coming down. Wow. Rest the cassette, swings the Perona into that to get rid of that blocker so that won't stay there.
Oh, 3 Tashigi.
Yeah.
Mihawk Tashigi.
Yep. Yeah, he's like, oh, yeah, needed to put the 3 rested on with my Tashigi. Gotta be excited.
Yeah, that's crazy to think that actually everything that you see on board from the Green Zoro is all the cards that he played this game.
Yes, exactly. It's just...
Maybe he and the Hiyori.
Yeah.
But I guess he's not complaining. This is both players are drawing really, really well.
So yeah, just deciding, okay. Is he blocking the swing into... Yeah, he blocked the swing into the cassette. Now TCG swings into it. Now he swings leader 8,000 into HG 2k counter with the Black Maria. TCG swing again, 7k coming in.
This one is going to leader, it seems like, because he needs to 2k and a 1k.
Yep.
And then 8k leader, and that takes the blocker out.
Yep. Pass back over to Stefano now. 2 minutes left on the clock. We do have 10 minutes overtime as well, so do remember there are 10 minutes overtime and 3 turns. So as soon as we hit end of time here, it is turn 0, and then once that turn is completed, the first turn that starts in overtime will be turn 1. Then it goes back to the other player for turn 2, and then the player who was on turn 1 finishes the game on turn. So those could be very important when we go into... But
G-ZORO has a lot of counter in hand still, and a restand event.
Yeah. So Mario's looking at a very positive position here indeed.
Yep, Stefano only on 3 cards in hand. Let's see if we can refill it and find the 2-cost Reiju.
Yep. Finds a Sanji to begin with, plays the Sanji, does another search. Does get the 2-cost Reiju. Adds a Reiju to hand. We're going to see the Reiju hit the board here now. And 3 cards added to hand. 1 off the leader effect. 1, 2 from the Reiju itself. Back up to a healthy 5 cards in hand now. Still has 4 Don open, so let's start swinging now, shall we? Porsche comes in with a 5k swing. It's countered out with a Perona. Another 5k swing from leader now. Mihawk gets brought into action as a block. We have the 7k swing coming in from the Ichiji. That life is taken. No Don open. No opportunity to play Paradise Waterfall this.
We have 4 Don open, so he's deciding if he wants to play 2 choppers and putting a wall. But I'm not sure if this wall is enough against 3 Tashigi, a Mihawk, a restand event, and the leader ability from G-ZORO.
Yeah, so many swings going to be coming in next turn. And so many big swings.
And with Queen, also actually a 1 Don. Rest the character from rest the 4 cost or less.
Yep.
To basically read it like that. And we are in overtime.
Yep. So we are now in overtime. This is turn 0. So when it passes over to Mario, that will be turn 1. Mario will be turn 1 ante in turn 3. So he will have the advantage of finishing the game on his turn before we go to overtime rules if we can't conclude a winner in these turns. Stefano and I just thinking what the safest option here is going to be.
He just knows these are the last turns that he potentially can get there. Or not.
Yep, he is going to swing 7,000 with his block. Just checking that Reiju and Sanji were played at this turn, so they will not be able to attack. So Ichiji being removed, Sora. Porsche coming down with the 3 Don available to then play out the Ichiji. Don -1, bring out the Ichiji. And there is enough counter. That card we saw from the first search of this game, the Shimotsuki Kuzaburo, comes into good use with Tashigi in hand to be able to win it for